Okay, good morning. Good morning again. Yeah, Uncle Frankie. Guys, in all seriousness, and we can't talk enough about this. I'm not going to do a long show. I got a lot of shit to do today. But exploitation of Filipinas is growing. It's not leveling out. And the more Philippines becomes in the spotlight, the more foreigners are moving out here and or just visiting. And starts out with recreational sex, becomes abuse at some point. It's fortunate that the Philippines is getting good tourism. It's very fortunate, but it's unfortunate is that they're getting bad press. And the bad press, the bad press is that Filipinos are easy. What was that movie? Five Easy Pieces or something. I think there was a movie or something like that. 5 Easy Pieces. They come here with the idea that we're going to conquer the Philippines because what we heard about it, snap a finger, they're down giving, doing fellatio. I mean, that concept is really not true, and it takes a little work to find a Filipina out here, whether it's recreational or otherwise. Of course, if you're going to flash the cash, you're going to get the ones that are willing to partake in that kind of behavior. So, if they're participating in it for the money and, it's recreational and she's okay with it, that I guess is between you and the Filipino. But getting that kind of reputation out here has not really helped the image of Filipinas worldwide. Koreans love them. I mean, Koreans absolutely love them. Australians love them. Everybody loves them, but I think I don't know. There's a large population of Koreans that partake in the sex industry here in the Philippines, and big time. And a lot of them have the money. They spend. They get drunk. They find women. But it's well beyond just the Koreans. It's like everyone. They discover the Philippines. They read these things on YouTube, and some people put out some pretty lame videos out there showing how they're partying with them, and they got one girl in each arm or something or whatever. I don't, showing, hey, it's more fun in the Philippines. Well, it is more fun in the Philippines, but according to what you call fun, if you're out for exploitation, I guess you probably get your chance to do that. And if the Filipina is needy enough, sure. And we know some guys out here right now that pretty much exploiting Filipinas left and right. Generally, it's because they were never successful back in the States or whatever to getting women. But they feel like a real man when they come out here because they're getting women. But the big difference is they're not getting them because they're good looking or anything else. They got a great personality and a sweet smile, whatever. They're getting them because they're flashing the cash. And that's not the same. And they act like a big man on campus, but they were never that way back in, I don't know, Europe or UK, America. No, they probably had a hard time finding women. And also considering the fact that, a lot of women these days are all Karens now. You can't blame them for coming to the Philippines. I mean, shit. That alone, I could understand while, the masses are coming out here to the Philippines. There's enough women for all of us out here. If, you're really looking for a woman to fuck around with, yeah, you'll find them. You're looking for a good relationship, you'll find them. But you got to put some effort into it. But treat them like a lady. Don't treat them like a tramp. That's the big difference. And, that woman that you were treating like a tramp, maybe after a while you had emotional feelings for her. But the way you treated her like a tramp, she'll remember that. So if you develop any emotional bond with her, you already screwed it right there. Go get me my drink. Get me a cold beer. Wash the dishes. Wash the floor. Did you do the clothes yet? Is this a relationship or is it your fucking Lola? I mean, you got to make a decision when it comes to Filipinos, what your relationship is with them. Get it down from the beginning what you want. Recreational sex, let her know it. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to promise to buy you a house. I'm not going to promise to give money to your family. I'm not going to give you a salary or allowance. I'm just here to get laid. And if she says okay to that, I don't have a problem with that because that's all I'm looking for too. I don't see no problem with that. I really don't. If it's what you guys want, then there isn't a problem. Then there shouldn't be a problem. But it's the part when you make now look, I was looking at Calvin's show, Calvin, right? I think the last short I seen in him, it really disgusted me, really. He shows this short clip of this Filipino leaving his house with luggage in hand, walking out the door, gives her a kiss goodbye, like, hey, in other words, I'm finished with you. I did the job, had my sexual pleasure. Now get the fuck out of here. And unfortunately, that is the attitude out here a lot. People like Calvin. I mean, I don't know. I despise the guy. I really do. There are a number of people I despise out here, and for very good reasons. Calvin, he's definitely one of them that uses and abuses women all the time. You know, I don't even know what they see in him, even for money. I'm sure he pays for these women, you know. But see, a lot of these guys or vloggers, you know, they they show themselves on camera with these women as if, you know, it's a big victory, you know, making the victory sign and everything else. But chances are they had to put out something to get her to spend time with them. Okay, that's the part of the picture you don't see on there. So he's trying to make everybody, and people like him, are trying to make themselves look like the perennial stud, you know. And I could get all these fucking women. You know, the truth is, most Filipinas don't like African Americans. They don't like really dark skin. The funny thing in America, though, say the United States, there's a lot of African American women that don't like really dark skin, like Nigerian. I know, I've talked to them, you know, and I've even talked to Nigerian I used to work with. He says, yeah, it's hard to even find a sister out here because she don't like my skin being so dark. God, even they were being fucking picky about somebody who has the heritage that they have. Nothing's just right for anybody. Nothing's perfect. You know, everything's got to be fine-tuned. You know, hey, I look at it this way. You relate with the African continent. Is your history and ancestry go back to Africa? Fine, nothing wrong with that. But, you know, respect other Africans because that's your heritage. What? Because their skin is darker than yours? We all know this thing about everybody wants to be white. And why they don't just appreciate their color? This goes for Filipinos. It makes me sick. There's so much shit on the market. Soaps that's supposed to make your skin white. There is nothing. And they don't regulate this shit out here. They don't regulate this stuff, merchandise that makes claims. America has a certain amount of regulations, and not complete, believe me. But out here, anything goes. How many times you've seen on the Facebook? So let me finish that first, okay? I'm kind of ahead of myself. There are no soaps. There's nothing that's going to make your skin white. There might be some dermatological kind of things they can do to lighten your skin. Probably a big process. I'm pretty sure it probably is for the pigmentation of your skin. But there's nothing out there. And you always see in the aisles at the stores, there's always going to be some kind of, or in the over-the-counter area for pharmacy, there's always going to be something, lotion or soap that claims to lighten your skin. It's all bullshit. Yeah. There's so many white skin whitening products. And they're making money left over right because Filipinos can be very gullible. You know, everybody wants to look white. And why can't you appreciate your skin color? I mean, I appreciate Filipinos' skin color. You know, that's who they are. And they should be proud to be that. Not, you know, because Western culture has taken its grips on, you know, on Southeast Asia, especially Philippines. You know, everything they want to emulate. You know, from Western culture, whether it's the clothing to music and everything else. Why can't they just be themselves? Why can't they just be unique or original? Or just appreciate their culture. So I get the feeling that some of them don't appreciate their culture at all. You know, when I was in Hawaii, actually, I was dating a Filipina. She had a daughter, a very attractive daughter, and the father was okay. The mix was Filipino and Japanese because the father was Japanese. They were divorced. The girl I dated was divorced from a Japanese guy, and you know, she had features of both the, you know, Filipino, and she had a little bit of the kind of Japanese eyes, and she hated it. She's talking about at the time wanting to get surgery in her eyes to make her eyes look more, I don't know, what do you want to say, Caucasian? I mean, they want to go that far. Everybody wants to look Western culture. They want to look white. Why people can't appreciate just what their skin color is that you were born with. It's your heritage. Be proud of it, not try to, you know, hide it. Why? Everybody wants to be white. Being white is not always being bright, you know? Being white is all right. But don't put up the fight to try to change your skin color and look like a Caucasian when you're not. I think too many Filipinos depend on this. Just it's an image thing. And of course, they want the white babies all the time. Gosh, I mean, you know about that. The baby becomes, if it's half Caucasian, becomes a trophy baby. That people will look up to you. That not only did you get together as a boyfriend or a husband, a white man, no matter what, European or whatever he might be, American, but he's white. He's white, and they want to have a white baby because they think that the white baby is more attractive and will not have all the stereotypical attributes of the Filipino. That's where they go wrong. Trophy? What do you want a trophy child for? Jeez Louise. I mean, sometimes I wonder about this culture. So heavily influenced by Americans. But they just can't appreciate being who they are, and there's nothing wrong. But getting back into the topic matter, because I got to do a few things around here. The exploitation and the numbers, I don't see where it's going down on here. I think it's increasing despite all the police busts that are happening on exploitation of Filipinos and Filipino children and so forth. I mean, there's a whole underground market going on for different shit out here that you just don't see. What was it recently? They got 1 billion pesos worth of shabu, and I forgot what town it was. They busted. Drugs are here. Every kind of, most of the shabu, you might find other low-grade stuff, but I'm sure marijuana is being grown in the mountains somewhere. You never hear much talk about that. Marijuana can easily grow wonderfully, actually, in this kind of climate, and you'd think that would be a number one product out here on the street, but it's not. Shabu is meth, okay, but I think people are too scared to do anything visibly, like growing plants, and then they might need maintenance. There's always going to be somebody that's going to rat them out or something, and they'll wind up in jail for the rest of their life. So that's why there is marijuana growing out here. I'm sure about it, but you're not going to see a lot of it. I could probably assure you of that. Without having the full knowledge, I could probably tell you they are growing it discreetly, but it have to be a way out place. It have to be guarded by people, and those people would probably die if they found their operation, or would get a real interesting warning that if they rat them out or anything, that they're going to be a target of death. So much goes on out here, man, I'm telling you. Geechee says one of the head honchos of the, I got to definitely put my eyeglasses on here, I'll put them away. Okay. Of the cartel was caught and filled. That's how much shabu business there is. There's a lot, man. There really is a lot. Because people, like anywhere else, they're trying to survive, and they don't know what else to do. How can I raise money? Either rob somebody or just, deal with the drugs. And you know how hard they come, you understand what happened with the Do 30 administration, right? Yeah, well, they're still carrying on that. It's still carrying on. Don't forget who the vice president is now. It's the daughter of Do 30. And if you don't think she's going to carry on her dad's policies, see, this is a way of Do 30 being in office when he's not anymore, by having an offspring be the vice president of the country and following his policies. But we're not going to get political. That could be dangerous. So we're not going to get real political on it. I have to live here. So we'll kind of dispense with that and leave that thought where it is. But a lot goes on that you don't see out here. Try looking at some of these feeds on Facebook. You see everything going on between accidents and shootings, and they're not accidental shootings. There are death squads going on out here, and maybe just personal vendettas going on, all the time. Mayors are being killed if somebody don't agree with their politics and all that. All right, we're going to get off that. But get back real briefly to the exploitation going on here. Normally I wouldn't say anything about certain people, but, when I see people like Calvin, and the list is big. It's not just Calvin, Jesus Christ. It's like So many people out here. And the ones that we're very familiar with, we don't have to mention their names, you know who they are, that are exploiting Filipinas. It makes me sick. I mean, it actually viscerally makes me sick when I see that. I don't like anybody using anybody in that respect, You're supposed to love the Philippines. You come here, the culture and everything else. But yet, you want to take advantage because you just couldn't do it where you came from. You were probably a loner, miserable, and rejected by women left and right. Oh, yeah, I could become a superhero by coming to the Philippines. And then you're going to feel like a real man, right? And most people don't know what a real man is out here anyway on YouTube. We got the resident idiot out here who talks about, I'm a real man. I don't see in any way in the world that this guy's a real man. He's got fucking boobs. He does stupid things. He never had a woman probably in his life. He certainly has not had a woman out here in the Philippines. I mean, a real woman, that was actually a girlfriend. He could shoot out a good story. He's great for that. But it's all bullshit. But that's what you call overcompensating for the void in his life. And there's a lot of guys like this. They're pathetic. I understand that. They're more than pathetic. Some of them are psychotic, which makes it worse because you don't know what the hell they're going to do, what they're capable of. They'll get crazy enough one day to find a gun somewhere and shoot themselves on the head on a live show. That would be a great show, wouldn't it? It would be kind of gory, but be something you'll never forget. But maybe that's the best way to go. If you can't get a gun, just hang yourself and just get it over. If you're that fucking miserable, then just end your life. If you're that miserable, I'm not suggesting people do that, but I'm saying that if you're that fucking miserable with your life, get help. If you don't want to get help, stop bitching, stop whining that you don't have a girlfriend, that you have to live in a piece of shit structure, have to depend on other people to keep you alive, or beg, terribly beg, and scam people in order to get to where you want. Don't even come to this country. What time we gotta go to Bago? Anyway, we're not gonna, we're gonna make it short here. I'm gonna make it short here. This is some chores I got to do. Got to make some money today. Got to make some money. So, kind of keep that thought that if you're going to come here, chances are eventually you're going to get in trouble if you're going to go in that direction of exploitation. Your head is so swollen like it's never been before. Look, I know that feeling about the head being swollen because when I had the first girlfriend out here, of course I talked about her and she was good looking, all that stuff. And my head was swollen. Oh yeah, I was euphoric without drugs. I mean, that's how you get when you go out here and you find a Filipina. But then all of a sudden you think you're king of the road and all that stuff, and everybody wants you, and that's not true. Maybe you just got lucky with one of them. But then you'll find that you'll probably wind up paying for anybody else. You had your little 5 minutes of fame or whatever, but then that just dissipated or just disappeared, and there you are with nothing, and now you're miserable, and you thought it was that easy to get old. And then you find out this wasn't that easy as you think. They're not that easy as you think they are. So that's what I have to say about that. Okay, hold on. Right, would you? Yeah, we got to go to City Hardware. Really excellent store. Get just about anything you need in this place. Wish they had something more locally around here, like in Bentayan or something, but that'll never happen. If anybody's ever been to City Hardware, that's about the closest you're going to get to Home Depot. It's kind of like another Home Depot. Unfortunately, I can't go around the corner with this. Not everything is at your disposal in the provinces. That's the problem. Well, it can be a problem. That's why every now and then I'll go over to Cebu to go to certain malls and stuff and get the things that I need. We're definitely going to have to go this new month coming because I want to just buy a whole shitload of stuff and bring it back. Everything I need. And take care of other business too while I'm down there. We're not in Cebu every month, and sometimes we go there to see my girlfriend's mom and family, stuff like that, but I try to make the best of it when I am down there to take care of any kind of business I need to take care of, Nice socks, not in City Hardware. They probably have some nice gloves. Oh yeah, I've bought numerous things from City Hardware. Good store. I'll promote it. Good store. City Hardware. Everything you need from plumbing to bathrooms, kitchens, this, that, tools, generators, you name it. I mean, they got some good shit in that store. I'm like a kid in a candy store when I go there. There's always something I need. You got to take advantage of being there because you're going to walk out with probably more items than you had planned to. Oh shit, that's right. I needed this. Let's grab this, while we can. Good stuff. And tile? Oh, they got some really nice tile there too. Nice decorative tile. Really nice decorative tile. I suspect you'll be walking out with tons of yellow paint. Nah, my house is it's more actually called a cream color. Actually, it looks yellow. It's kind of like a yellow cream. It's not like that bright ass fluorescent yellow that the retard uses. This is it's a nice color. I was going to do the house like a light blue. Maybe someday I will. I don't know. But the guy next door kind of made his house blue. So I said, nah, we'll keep it as this. I upkeep the paint all the time. There's always smudge marks on there, cat marks, and oh God, one of the cats that comes by, always behind the fence, they want to be fed. One of them's got a pretty nasty sore on top of its back. And I can't help the cat, I'm not going to touch him. He'll scratch the shit out of me, and I got to go get fucking rabies vaccinations again, I'd like to help the cat, put antibiotic on it, but sometimes you just can't do that, and you got to let Mother Nature take its place. How he got that nasty big-ass sore on top of his back, I have no idea. Maybe jumping through the fence, metal fence or something, I don't know. But dog bite, something, I don't know. But you can't do everything, man. You just do your best. You can't save the world, as I always say. Sometimes you just can't save the world. You got to think of saving yourself and your family, which is what most people do anyway, because we're concerned about our life. And nobody should be concerned about any other person's life unless you're really trying to help somebody, Don't be a busybody, get in their business. Just try to be nice. I know that's hard to do with some people out here. Just try to be nice. And guess what? You might be surprised that someone will be nice back to you. It does happen. It does happen. I kid you not. It does happen. I gotta find a pair of socks here. Speaking of socks, I actually have a new package of socks. Lo and behold, I actually have a brand new package of socks that I just opened that I did not know that I had. Imagine that. Huh, guys? Imagine that. I forgot I had it for special occasion in my drawer, just waiting to be utilized. And I found it. Beautiful ankle socks, high quality cotton. But I'm always needing more boxer shorts. That's the one thing that I do need out here. Boxer shorts. Hold on there, boys and girls. Excuse me. I don't want to open my... let me just find something to wear. Sorry what I'm trying? I'll stop saying that. Matching socks, that's another thing. Got a drawer, with a shitload of socks and old socks. They're not matched. So you gotta go through the drawer. You gotta find a match for those socks. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I didn't want to wear the new pair. Yeah, don't deal with me for a segundo. What is it? Geez, look at all these lot of old socks. And try to find a match for these socks. This is really hard. It's really hard. Okay, what's this? All right, I'll use this. Shit, I got socks that have built-in, charcoal. Okay, it's Darlington Coffee. Darlington Coffee. Ever hear of that? That's what I got. Amazing but true. Darlington Coffee is the brand. Darlington Coffee. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, boys and girls, how the hell are you on a brand new day? Managed to get up this morning. You're a lucky man. You're meeting another day. Isn't that grand? And it is grand. Don't take life for granted, man. It goes around once. Oh yeah, brand new socks is a true 5-star lifestyle. It is. Most socks wind up stretched out. Good morning, Mr. Ken Unger. Welcome to the show. We're not going to be on too much longer. We got an errand to perform today. City Hardware. BOGO. A fine establishment. Very fine establishment. You get everything you need in there. It's like walking into a Home Depot. That's what I like about it. Every little tool and everything you could possibly need for the house and home. Hardware. Oh, yeah. Great looking tile. They got some really nice stylish tile. Several. We got to turn one room into well, two little small rooms into one bigger, which is my pantry room. I might have to, put it elsewhere to make it into a good guest room, because the room on the other side of the wall, which we use as a small bedroom, is really, really, really small. So combining that area, you could put a double-sized bed and this and that in there. It already has an opening that's kind of covered on the wall for an air conditioner. Easy picking, to get an air conditioner from there. Because if we don't have any guests, I hate them to be put in like a really small little tomb of a room, So expanding this thing out is an idea. Then, of course, there's the tiling on the outside, the walkway. The concrete looks like shit, but it takes a special color, a special kind, so it doesn't mess up with the motif of the house and the existing tile on the front landing. A lot of decisions to make when you got a house. I'm not going hog wild, I'm not going hog wild. We accomplished a lot with this house. We've done a lot of things. The one thing, is just getting proper stuff on our walls. Like the living room wall behind the sofa, we call it a sofa, completely bare. I mean, there is nothing on that wall. Nothing on that. Nothing. I don't know I really don't know what to put on there. Maybe I need to go out and take some more pictures and stuff and just put a big old tarpaulin picture. I don't know. I got plenty of like my own pictures. They're in old frames, glasses broken, some of them, and I don't know. Frames have to match. If you're going to design a room, you can't some people don't care. They have frames, different type of frame. They just have a whole wall just full of pictures. It don't matter. Mix and match. It could be pictures of the family, pictures of scenery, pictures of special moments, whatever. They got a whole wall, just like, it's like their whole life history is on that wall with family and places you went. You see a lot of that in houses. Yeah, maybe the Barry picture blown up. Nah, look, we don't want anything that big of that. I've got it right here on the shelf. I can see it right now. I'm looking at it right now. I don't need to put them on a wall. Just a small 8x10 in the frame is good enough. It reminds me of my victory. It was too bad for the guy. I mean, it didn't have to be this way. It just goes to show you, when your head is above the world you think you are, and you think what you say and do on YouTube doesn't go anywhere, when they get that extreme with you, that extreme, it's inevitable something's going to happen. Like I said, there are psychopaths out there. You feel lucky that you're walking alive. Because like I said, when you say certain things about a person, one of the lowest things you ever say about them, and I think you know what that is, it's not usually a good thing. And if they're still walking alive, they're very, very lucky. They're very, very lucky to be in jail. It's probably the safest place they could possibly be, the way I see it. I've heard that photo is like the Mona Lisa. His desperate eyes follow you around from behind the bars. Yeah, huh? Hold on, I gotta find what shoes I'm gonna wear. Rainbow City, USA. Let's see, I got a lot of pairs of shoes here, but I can't find one of them that's perfect fitting, that sometimes my feet don't hurt. There's nothing perfect in this world, my friends. Nothing perfect. Oh, these are nasty, this pair. This needs to be washed. Oh, the insoles come out on all these shows. The insoles come out in these shoes. Then you got to find insoles. So I'm going to have to put on my list, maybe that City Hardware. No, City Hardware wouldn't have that. They wouldn't have that. Okay, hold on a minute, guys. What I just showed you, sorry, I didn't know it was off. That shoe is probably the most comfortable shoe I have. It's not a tie-up shoe. But, it has a really nice soft cushion in there. It's hard to find good shoes. I've been to malls and I bought shoes that are, name brand, paid enough for them, but I still never found that they were that freaking comfortable for me, to be honest with you. Not really. Pay a lot of money for something that's a noted brand, but is it really? Even though you got it from a store that's specifically selling this brand, you would think that, it's all legitimate. Some of them maybe are, but I wouldn't trust all these stores. God, this one's not an anklet type sock. Why did I put it on? Now I look like an old man. I'm going to wear these anyway. Yeah. I don't generally like ankle socks. That's all. It just covers your foot inside and doesn't really show out much on the outside. Okay. All right, what's that? Did you see the link to a petition that expat trash Philippines put on their old page to stop exploitation? I think I seen that. Did you? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, a lot of convincing fakes. But you know, my feet pretty sensitive. I need some. I don't care what the price is of a shoe. If it's gonna fit me good, I want it. And money ain't gonna be a problem if it's going to do justice for my little tootsies, because you know they're my friends, my feet. They carry my body around. Not many people respect their feet. They really don't. They really don't. Let me see. What else I gotta do here? What else I gotta do here? Oh shit. Hold on again. God damn. Oh, let's see. Holy. Yeah, I got a little list here of stuff that I want to pick up there at City Hardware, but I'll guarantee you I'll come out with more than I actually anticipated on buying. Yeah, I got the Adidas, Nike, all that shit, you know. It's just experimentation. You know, the soles, the outside soles, you know, they make like a foam. A lot of these shitty sneakers, I still call them sneakers, okay? Born and raised in New York, we call them sneakers. Okay, I gotta actually do some things here for the moment. I'll catch you later on or something. Thanks for coming by, guys, and let me put this show to rest this morning. I gotta hit the CR anyway. With that being said, thank you, Ken Unger, and everybody else for showing up on my show today. You know we love you on my show. This is the place to be, to learn, earn, and just, you know, be yourself. My fireside chats, I like to call them, even though I don't have a fire. Good show, that. All right, guys. You know we'll catch you again. As long as you want me to do shows, I'll do shows. You start getting tired of me and bored, just tell me. I'll disappear. It's not a big thing. I'm not like, you know, I'm not going to get rich on here, obviously. So, oh shit. Okay, well, a couple more minutes of it. All righty. Okay, yeah, let's get out of here. We'll catch you on the next show. And, you know, guys, I have to say something, and I've said this many times before. You know, a lot of those guys on here, they're some of the biggest trolls. In all honesty, take a look. Just take a look at them. What do you think is a common denominator with most of these? Take a look at. They're aging beyond their time. They're obese. They got numerous health conditions, and they're gonna waste their life being the bad boys on here. God, you know, guys, life is precious. It is. Go face your deathbed. See how precious life is then. You're not going to be thinking about YouTube or who you're going to dox. That'll be the last thing that'll be on your mind. Think about it. And the people that do go around doxing people and threatening people and making all kinds of allegations and shit. Those are the ones that's going to be big-ass payback. Well, one of them got payback that we know about right now, don't we? Oh, we sure do. We sure do. Don't give me the shit about that karma doesn't work. Don't even go there. What goes around, my friends, comes around one way or the other. That's what I say. And with that, I'm out of here. City Hardware, the way to go. Lots of hardware. Oh. Great place. Maybe I'll become a sponsor for City Hardware. City Hardware. Bogo, Philippines. City Hardware. Maybe the algorithms will go pick up on it. City Hardware. Let's see what happens. City Hardware, Philippines. City Hardware.